Hey folks, I'm doing a little quick recipe today. It's my shepherd's pie for one. This is my cooking casserole dish. I don't want to make too much because it's just for me, from one person. So what I'm doing today is just a simple recipe. I have 1 pound of Hamburg that I've ground, that I've already cooked up. I mixed a packet of gravy. Normally it calls for 1 full cup to be mixed with a packet. I did a 1/4 cup because I didn't want this to be too watery because I'm doing such a small recipe. The next thing I'm going to add is a couple of eggs and a little bit of cheese to this. It's just my own personal preference. The next 3 things I'm going to add is this is about 1/4 of a large onion. I've already chopped that up. And this is just preference. I don't really measure the cheese. I would just guess I'm putting in 1/4 of a cup roughly in there, maybe a little bit more. Whoop, or depends on how much dumps out, of course. So we're going to mix this up here. And lastly, a couple of eggs. I know it's not a normal recipe, it's just what I prefer to put in mine. I remember hearing that possibly helps it hold together a little better. Mix this up really good. Alright, just a little bit of some of my favorite spices. This is adobo from Badia. And not even a teaspoonful amount of each is what I put in. A little bit of garlic. And some Goya Perfect Seasoning, it's called. All right, mix this up really good. And I think next time I'll try and use a little bit less, only because I want a larger layer of mashed potatoes on top, but I think what I have will do nicely. Alright, so there's a couple things that you can do if you want this to be a little bit more less carbs. You might want to consider this doing half and half with potatoes and cauliflower. You can actually do a full 100% cauliflower topping. I've decided to do half and half today, so I'm just going to mix this up. I also like to add a little bit of cheese to my topping mix. I just really kind of guess. I don't put a specific amount in, obviously, but you don't really need too much. I'm guessing that's maybe like a little over 1/4 of a cup. I used 2 small potatoes. I guess each of them would be about the size of roughly of an apple, and I used a 1/3 bag of cauliflower. I would say it's about 2 cups to make this mixture, and I did a 1/4 of a stick of butter, and as you saw, a little bit of cheese. And now I'm just going to layer the top of this with those potatoes. The cheese helps give it a little creamy texture, makes it, I think, a little bit easier to spread too across the bottom layer of the shepherd's pie mix. And I realize, of course, this is not a true shepherd's pie, but I'm making it for what I like. I guess I'm going to have some extra potato cauliflower mix left over, and that's just fine. All I have to do now I'm going to preheat the oven to 40 degrees and put this into finish cooking. Alright, here we go, 400 degrees after I did do the whole 50 minutes, even though this wasn't the normal larger sized pan you might use. Nice and brownish on the top, bubbling on the side like it's supposed to. And the reason I put it in the larger pan is that in case it did bubble over, I didn't want to go down into the oven itself. All I have to do now is wait for it to cool off and sample a taste. Alright, so here's the final test. Just going to take a small amount out. There we go. That's my version of this shepherd's pie today. If it wasn't warm enough, I could always zap it a little bit in the microwave to heat it back up. Alright, so folks, I hope you liked my quick recipe today for one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.